All right, welcome to the F-14B Inflight Refueling DCS Hacks episode. Today we're flying Diamondback 102. The squadron I was in, both as a department head and also as the Air Wing Operations Officer. In fact, when I was CAG Ops, we were aboard this very carrier, the USS George Washington. So let's get ready to launch. Shooter's giving us the run-up signal. Full power. Wiping out the controls. Forward, aft, left, right, all spoilers up, left rudder, right rudder, power looks good, no lights. I'm going to go ahead and salute. So we'll be doing a right-hand clearing turn because we're on Cat 2. Good shot. Setting the attitude, clearing turn, gear coming. Flaps coming. So I've already dialed in the S3's TACAN here. So instead of complying with Case 1 departure procedures where we'd stay at 500 feet all the way out to 7 miles and then climb up, let's just go ahead and climb up. So the tanker's at 14,000 feet going 270 knots. And currently he is 17 miles away. So we're using one of the pilot modes to try to find the tanker on the radar. We're now co-altitude with him. All right, got a good lock on the tanker. 12 miles away. We're at about his 10 o'clock. Okay, tally the tanker. Dot in the diamond there. So here we are behind the tanker approaching pre-contact. Two main things at this point. Sweep the wings to 50 degrees. You can see I've got the wings swept at 50 degrees here. Let's check out the external view of that. And set the trim so you don't have to move the stick fore and aft. So just altitude adjustments are being made with trim, not stick. Okay. And slow, steady closure. You're not trying to ram the drogue, you're trying to gently plug. All right, another detail in terms of fleet realism is air source should be set to left engine on the ECS. Right, so let's go ahead and do that. Left engine. In the event we have a bad seal and gas sprays out and goes down the right intake. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put the probe out. Pre-contact, we've been cleared for contact. Slow, steady closure. I'm focused on the buddy store. I'm not really looking at the drogue. I kind of look at the drogue out the corner of my eye. And there's a good plug. Okay. All right, so now you just hold what you got here. There you go. And then when you're ready to back out, just back straight out. Okay, let's try another one. And admittedly, this is hard, okay? So be patient. This is as hard as flying the ball and getting the airplane aboard the boat. But this is a necessary evolution in carrier aviation. You're not going to do any deep strikes unless you can tank. Okay, so he's coming out of a turn now. That's fine. Just reestablished.
Real right.
Yeah, I got it, Jester. Thank you. So, I want the same sight picture on the buddy store.
Just a bit to the right.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. Okay, there you go. That's it. All right, so let's try the heavy tanker now. Probe's coming in. Air source back to both. Okay, 15,000 feet, 350 knots. Our wingman is tanking first. So we'll just maintain station off the port wing, which is called port observation. You can see this is a KC-135. And we're using a buddy store on the wing, not what we used to call the wrecking ball. All right, so it looks like he's plugged and receiving. Good work. And once he's done, I don't think he'll do the right thing, which is move to the starboard side. He'll probably cross under us, or we'll have to cross under him, and he'll stay on our port side, which is an artificiality of DCS here. But again, we'll sweep the wings to 50, set the trim, put the air source, ECS air source, to left engine in the event of a bad seal when we plug. You don't want the airplane to smell like gasoline. You can get away with not doing that in DCS, but if you're trying to be as realistic as possible, you should put the air source in left engine. All right, he's done plugging. As I said, he's zorged out to the left here. So we'll get to pre-contact. So I'm sweeping the wings to 50, setting the trim so we don't have to move the stick fore or aft at all. Probes coming out. Call ready pre-contact here. Okay, now we can see the drogue as he lets it out. So same drill, we're kind of looking to fly form on the buddy store, not the drogue. We're just doing it at a much faster airspeed. 80 knots faster to be exact. So just like with the S3, slow, steady closure, trim set. And I'm not really looking at the basket, I'm looking at the, okay, just looking at the buddy store.
Suck 'em dry.
All right, so there you go. There's how you tank off a heavy tanker. All right, mission complete, heading back to the boat. Let's go ahead and sweep the wings. Coming to the break with the wings all the way back. There we go. Looking for 350 knots and 800 feet. There's 800 feet. Hook's down already. BRC is about 030. So that means the reciprocal is 210. That'll be our downwind heading. We'll break about a mile upwind. All right, there's a mile. Braking, throttles to idle. Speed brakes out. 280 wings to auto. Wings are moving. 250 gear. 200 knots flaps. Downwind heading 210. Descending to 600 feet, setting the trim. Trimming nose up. There's 150 knots. We'll hold that until we get to the 180. Then we'll slow to on speed. Okay, gear down, flaps down. Hook is down. Trim is set. DLC is engaged. As I always point out in the Case 1 pattern in DCS, the small buoy is conveniently located at the 180. A little low on the start. All right, let's start our turn. Keep the power up. Just like tanking, as I pointed out before in the Case 1 hacks episode, flying the pattern is a matter of hitting your numbers. Keep your scan going. Keeping the turn in, don't want to get overpowered. Out of the turn. There's the ball, calling the ball.
101, Tomcat ball, 2.6.
A little high, working it down. Keeping the scan going. Thumbing the boards in. All right, now we're pulling back, throttle to idle. Flaps coming up. Hooks coming up. Nose gear steering engaged, and we're going to sweep the wings aft as we clear the landing area. So remember, the next guy will be aboard in about 45 seconds to a minute. So we want to get out of the landing area as quickly as possible. All right, there you go. Hopefully, like with the other hack episodes, you learned something about in-flight refueling that'll help. And like everything with DCS, repetition helps a lot, so keep at it. All right, that'll do it for this episode. Look for more DCS hack episodes in the future. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please consider using the Super Thanks or become a patron at patreon.com/WardCarroll. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.